Hello and welcome back to another stream of Assassin's Creed 2 as part of our historical order run. Today we're gonna be continuing in the year 1481 CE in or at the height of the Renaissance era, you could say. And yeah, we made it to Romagna and Forli on the way to Venezia with our very good friend Leonardo da Vinci. You know, classic Renaissance life. Just have your best friend be Leonardo da Vinci. And yeah, we're gonna continue with the side content in Forli first, because there's still a couple of side missions we're gonna be catching up on. And yeah, then we're heading to Venezia as the next major city to explore. Got a couple more major Templar targets to hunt. So yeah, that's where we're going. And we want to end up with a stream today in Venezia. Hello there, Mita. Welcome in and good day. How's it going? Hello there, Dr. Darling. Welcome in. From all the daily streams to catch the weekend one. Well, that's good that, you know, you could catch one of them. I hope you had a good week, dude.
This killer stains the very stone of our city with his presence. Surely God will be displeased with us should we fail to strike him down. Attenzione! The foul pest!
Come and see what my little gallery has got. I'm sure I have a surprise for any art lover or scenery.
Very nice, Amita. That's good to hear. Are you playing some games today as well?
What a skilled athlete!
And yeah, it's going pretty good for me. Having a nice day so far. Been out in the city and been enjoying some nice Korean food. Had some bibimbap served on like hot stone, which is darn delicious. But yeah, I love that stuff. Korean food. Delicious.
Am I dreaming this?
In città non c'è di meglio!
Amazing. The eyes. They're like trying not to have any eye contact with Ezio. Just like, why is this guy here pushing us around? And why is standing in the middle of us? Also, this guy over here with a cloak, you know, he does look like a bit of a young Savonarola. Like, a bit different, but also kinda similar. Makes you wonder if he's actually supposed to be a young Savonarola. Or maybe he's in one of the other groups. I mean, if we can spot that character model twice, then probably not. That's pretty amazing, like, I think there's only been like 2 or 3 NPCs, or maybe 4 that actually have been doubled, but quite a few of them are unique. At least within, you know, this cloister. Looks like an early version of the Joker. That's kind of those eyebrows as well. Quite distinct. Beginnings of a conspiracy. Girolamo Riario, the Lord of Folly, seems to be plotting something. A group of his men broke into the Palazzo Pitti and murdered several residents, stealing a rare map in the process. We may have lost the map, but we will make them pay. Kill them without being seen.
How do you expect me to follow that?
Avviso! Due to the lack of able-bodied men following the recent campaign and subsequent plague, the Company of Foot is offering an extra 3 quadrille a year on all new enrollments. Notice everyone! Any having information concerning the whereabouts of Santa Claus?
See what kind of training the watchman receives in these guns.
For protection? Can anyone justify paying these meek sheep good coin for protection?
They don't even care about money. It's like they value life and death over money. Unbelievable.
Come and get your red.
Okay, let's buy some paintings in the meantime. Let's get La Fornarina, Leda and the Swan, the Three Graces, Eve, and Jupiter and Io. In fact, we're kinda here, let's just buy all of them. So I don't have to backtrack quite as much because I kinda wanna buy all the paintings while we're at it. There's definitely, you know, enough money in this game to spend it freely. Oh yeah, Mita? I didn't really have much time to look at Twitch today, unfortunately. It was only like this morning before we headed out for like 20 minutes where I had to look at Rod's stream and some of Red Dead Redemption. But then we were like already heading out into the city and yeah, I just returned pretty much. But it's always nice, you know, having one of those days where like so many people are like on Twitch. And it's like raid trains everywhere.
A pleasure. Grazie for your business.
Ah, that's true. Yeah, I also had a quick look into Maxi's stream before I started. Playing some more Shadows. I kinda look forward to playing Shadows, but at the same time, I also don't. If that makes sense.
Down or I shoot!
forgotten what you did to my sister, figlio di puttana?
Yours will be done!
What? Alright, it's this mission. I remember now. So this mission is kinda bugged because if this guy is attacked by mercenaries for some reason it gets you detected even though you're not in combat whatsoever. And why I can't do it for the first target, you know, who's like a guard. For the second dude, I guess because he's like a citizen or something. If you attack him with like mercenaries, it gets you detected. That's kinda stupid. And then, you know, upon detection, you have to be restarting. This mission definitely costs some nerves sometimes. Hello there, Okoki. Welcome in, dude. That's definitely fair meter. That's a good opportunity then, you know, to be able to check out multiple at the same time. Okay, so I can be detected by everyone but the target, I guess. Okay, that's actually easier then. I think the reason it also bugged me out the last time a bit was when I've done my stealth challenge. But in this case, you know, if I can be detected by everyone but the target, that should be way easier.
Must not be tolerated in our city. Unite for the greater good of all forces.
Sardine, 10 a 2 soldi!
What folly is this?
So you die!
Right. What's the plan?
Alright, that works. And it's way easier. Arch enemies. It seems as if the Borgia family is making a move towards Forli. Florence might be next. Borgia archers are on the rooftops looking to strike. Eliminate them before they can call for help. This was another mission that was really annoying with a stealth challenge because you meant to do it quick and you have to kill all the archers on the rooftops. If you can get detected, you know, it's not really much of a biggie. But still a bit of stressful under the countdown. If you have to do it entirely stealthily, then that becomes a different kind of beast. 10 archers, 2 minutes. I think what I ended up doing is like using a lot of the thieves to kind of like draw the focus. And then kind of like... you know, that kind of like messes with the detection system a bit and gives you like a bit of a chance.
Get him! There! Don't lose him again!
Wanton abandoned for nothing but his own grotesque amusement.
You can outrun us! You should be off here!
Let my experience.
This killer stains the very...
This mighty man, he keeps the poor from... No, please! Such unbelievable...
Ah, very nice. We can buy the Meadow Cestus now, which does improve our fist fighting damage quite substantially. Hello there, Absolution. Welcome in. Guten Tag. Wie geht es Ihnen?
Come and see me next to pass this way.
Aviso! Due to the lack of able-bodied men...
I've many other items too. An excellent choice, signore.
Notice everyone! Any having information concerning the whereabouts of Santa Cara's stolen fingerboard? The priest will transmit...
I love that move when you can like jump between two walls like back to back and you gain like a height advantage, which means you can do like 180 into 180 until you like reach the top.
No quarter asked.
In Unity there's like a lot of height gain you gain from like 180s, so that works really well in that game too. Isn't there a trophy that says perfect harmony when you purchase ebony and ivory? Is there? I haven't actually checked out the trophies specifically. But I definitely intend on getting some of them at least. You can check that out.
Let my experience garnish you with...
Oh.
But you'll
Oh,
be back
I'm missing a bit of money.
then. Addio. You are abusing us. You won't get away!
Get him! Get him!
We're gonna get it.
Come on, you fat pig!
The way the axe was so attached to his head. Yeah, this big fella must have some money, right? Barely anything. No one is carrying money here.
Listen well, I also have overstock from my brothers. What to see, signore? Oh, I've only the highest quality, guaranteed. My prices reflect
Perfect.
exquisite workmanship of my tradesmen.
I don't want to die.
Milano has...
Well, no achievement triggered there.
A wise purchase. Good day, signore.
So I guess not. Cesare o Cesare, a man of great depravity, believed himself immortal till he had a date with gravity. Let me quickly Google what depravity means exactly in German, and then I'm gonna translate it for you. Oh, never mind, you were right, Absolution. It was a bit delayed, but was a pretty rare achievement actually. Thank you for the hint. Cesare o Cesare, ein Mann von großer Verdorbenheit, hat sich selber als unsterblich geglaubt, bis er ein Date mit der Sperrkraft hatte. Got to stay AC themed. Well, it's not quite as catchy in German, of course, because I couldn't make it rhyme. But I think I kinda got the message right there. But work. My connections in Venice have informed me that a boat has been scouting for the Ottomans in Forli, looking for a good place to invade. Kill the boat's captain. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, like price-wise to get it. This kind of makes you wish I had the parachutes from AC Brotherhood. Just being able to launch down there. Let's get ourselves a boat here. If there even is one. Because these ones I can't use, I can only loot them. Maybe over there.
Go fuck yourself.
I will. Hello there, Shaky. Welcome in. That one was from Disco Elysium. One of the Hardy boys. He says that to the main character. You know, I don't think we actually have any boats yet until they are fully unlocked for the main story, maybe? Oh, never mind, there's one. Okay, we can use this one. I was kind of expecting more than just one.
Peasants are not allowed up here.
Stream is lagging for you, maybe because you have yours, mine, Rod's, and Lucinda's stream open. Could be, you know, that's kind of like a bit much at once. We could try like lowering the resolution maybe. So good, Jackie. Indeed. There were some good insults and sound bits I recorded from Disco Elysium for sure. But also just noticed we had a bit of a dip actually.
Spit like a suckling pig.
So I actually had a lag on my end just now with an OBS. It's definitely not just your end. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Yeah, I'm afraid, Leonardo, you have to wait a bit longer. There's many things to do in Forlì. Dead on arrival. Girolamo Riario is attempting to send an agent to the Pope. Make sure the agent never leaves the city.
Get down, or I'll throw you down. Please.
Let none defend this vilest of criminals. He's no hero. He stays with Wanton abandoned for
Grande assassino! Dai, bastardo!
you won't last a minute.
You are not allowed up here, rabble.
Okay, maybe I have to like grab him because I couldn't assassinate him at least. Okay, that works.
Just like that night in Alba, capito?
Tua madre!
God, the devil's longing to greet you.
I can't be that good.
Amazing. I like how the dude just stood in the air.
Mad this. Just let go. I'm nobody. Not important.
March of flame and application.
Your manhood. Cut him off.
The combat music is so good in Forlì.
Let none
Go towards the light. Girolamo Riario has imported a new commander from Venice. He's guarding the lighthouse on the coast. Kill him. Avamposto Veneziano. Venetian naval strategy involved maintaining a steady chain of bases along the trade routes to the east, ensuring that its merchants were able to get there and back without being attacked by pirates or Venice's enemies, the Turks. By the end of the 15th century, Venice's fleet was occupied trying to force Charles VIII of France out of Italy, at which point Turkish forces struck without warning. Venice was soundly defeated, losing its Greek outpost. Following that, the Turks managed to invade Venetian territory in northern Italy. Although Venice was able to keep most of its territory, from that point forward it would never again be a great naval power. Rest in peace, Venetian naval. You know, in retrospect, I wish it was kind of like something that was more talked about in Revelations. Kind of like conflicts between the Turks and the Venetians, because there's actually quite a few people that were allies of Ezio that died during the conflict, I think, between Brotherhood and Revelations, and they talk about it once with Piri Reis, the dude who's crafting the bombs for you and is actually like a naval, like a pretty major captain. But it was like more of a topic we talked about.
Right.
Professional
soldiers, eh? I've known milkmaids would have had soil.
That man.
Down, down!
Where do I know him from?
You don't know me.
Thefts, hidden by the murders. People only see what they're trained to see. What the organization wants them to see.
Hat trick. They made it look like an accident. Houdini and Bess, 1915. Now, it was established previously that the magician Houdini, who was using the water torture cell escape, actually had the Apple of Eden to make some of his magic tricks like literal illusions. And then the Templars caught wind of that and, yeah, basically killed him off. You almost beat them. Yeah. Gandhi, who also had a piece of Eden. Dallas, Archive.
Wolves are out hunting. Where, oh where has Jack gone?
Okay, so we're looking for a number code here, and between the pictures we have a 6 equals 1. I'm gonna go and do it like this. Which means the gray 6 is a red 1. The 8 becomes a 3. And the 7 becomes a 1. You know, I think it might actually be the other way around, that we have to line... Oh, hold on. I was kind of like accidentally moving this. 7 is a 2. Dallas, Texas. Operation New Frontier. Headquarters given the go-ahead to extract the resource. Negotiations are over. F is planning to give the vote to everyone. Reason just doesn't work with someone like that. I will send you the driver. We've trained him with piece of Eden number 2 in our labs. He shouldn't be any trouble. The motorcade route is marked below. Once the target has been downed, either by Oswald or Z, use piece of Eden number 1 to stage a distraction. Make some kind of phantom appear around this slope I've marked with an X. Freak people out. The driver will grab piece of Eden number 3 in the confusion. Isn't it just crazy how many people the Templars have killed to gain access to piece of Eden? You know, even someone like Houdini, who hasn't really done anything bad with it, other than doing magic tricks.
You are not allowed up here!
I kind of feel a bit bad for Leonardo. He still has to wait.
drinking?
This is my turf. I can outrun any man I know here, but a little bear told me you're quite good. Care to prove it?
Romagna hustle. I've watched you run across the rooftops. I'm convinced that you can't beat my record. Damn, 4 minutes race. That's probably the longest race in the game. What a catch I'm indeed.
Perhaps I should slow him down a little.
Let the knights defend as vile as the thing. Gusto! Evil!
Hello there, Avi. Welcome in, dude. And how's it going? Hope you're having a nice weekend so far. And yeah, things are going good. Having a nice day. Been out in the city and enjoyed some nice Korean food earlier. And yeah, just got back and decided to play some more AC2. Doing some more side stuff here in Forlì before heading to Venezia.
My husband carries on with wanton sluts. My reputation. And I'm stuck with the bastard. Please make him feel my displeasure.
Wanton Hubby. Beat up the unfaithful husband. Glad to hear, Ave. That's good to hear. And yeah, I did watch it. It was really cool to see that it's also like made by the people behind Rogue One, you know. And according to the comments that I've seen, you know, people have been really enjoying the series.
He's here!
Don't bend! Get away! Don't bend!
Sai, le armi servono a duellare.
There! On him!
Oh, hai un coglione!
Riesci a sentirmi da lì dentro? Stronzi! The bigger they are! Hey, fat man!
Die!
Forza, ragazzo!
Ci vedi bene con quel secchio in testa?
Only
Can you see
cowards
anything
fight
in
it
there?
out.
That looks heavy.
E che stronzi!
Più sono grossi. Qualcosa sembra pesante.
Merda! Cost you!
Sei bello in carne. Sei troppo lento, Palagino. Fatti avanti, testa di ferro. You're too slow, Lardo.
I'm sorry. I regret it. Truly, I'm going straight home. I swear.
That's freaking funny. Ezio proceeds to break his neck. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go home to my wife. I'm gonna be a faithful husband, eh? Yeah. Amazing. Hello there, Acid. Welcome, dude. Indeed, beat his ass and broke his neck. The classic lesson to an unfaithful husband. Cheers, Ava. Thank you again for the recommendation and for posting the trailer too.
May your twisted soul swiftly find its way to hell.
Yeah, how is he still alive after that? That's a question we never get an answer for. Snap snack, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a good, faithful husband. Mark and execute. One of my spies slipped up and was captured by Girolamo Reario, Lord of Folly. Now he's going to execute her. She has been taken to the countryside. You must kill whoever is standing watch, but don't let them see you or my agent will be executed. That's a simple way around all of that. Don't get married. Indeed, as it. Splitting the truth. Just don't get married. Problem solved. Wanna know the funniest thing about Andor? The creator Tony Gilroy, he said he doesn't like Star Wars. It shows more respect towards it with a show than what the supposed fans who made the Acolyte did. Well, that's interesting that he's working on such a big project and he doesn't even like, you know, the series that much. But yeah, I mean, if you're very critical of it, at least you would maybe know what it is you don't like about the show and maybe, or, you know, the series, and maybe you would try to kind of like do things a bit differently. But yeah, that's unfortunate that they don't actually, you know, like the series quite as much.
I will kill all Trastère. You will not get the crime.
see him! There!
Whatever is on his mind, it must be important.
Expected him to break cannon, but he has stuck to it so closely. It's honestly perfect. I mean, that's like, you know, a nice surprise, I guess, that, you know, someone who doesn't even, I guess, care of it much for this series is actually doing his best to make it work. But yeah, what does it say about the ones that are actually passionate about the series? That are working on stuff. How's Leonardo still screaming from the other end of Romagna here? Like, he's quite a bit away. He's like on the other coastline, essentially. And he's still looking and screaming for Ezio. No worries, Amita. Catch you next time. Thank you for dropping by and for leaving the lurk. And yeah, if you're streaming, then I hope you have a good time with AC Unity. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, Ave. You know, it's definitely a bit of a shame when it's less about, you know, the actual universe or like what story they want to tell and more about like, okay, what political ideas that we are convinced of can we push into the narrative, you know? But yeah. That's a very Amita for the shout out. I hope you have a good one and catch you next time, dude. But yeah, I guess Star Wars can be fortunate to have a writer like Tony Gilroy then. We can still hear Leonardo. Amazing. We could probably go to Firenze, we would still like very faintly hear Leonardo screaming, Ezio, here, over here. Okay, I should definitely go back to Monteriggioni soon. My chest is full. You know that feeling when you had Korean food and you get like garlic burps? It's not pretty. That's me right now. But it was delicious.
Certainly you were impressed this time. That was fast.
I could do better. Anyone could.
Scusate. I'm trying to find a boat to Venezia.
You're nearly there, friend. Are you in a hurry?
Perhaps not.
You can help us settle a dispute. I bet my friend here, the first stranger to come along, can race the course faster than him.
I suppose that would be me. And if you're right, what do I win?
Perhaps a private riding lesson?
Lend me a horse.
It's just very keen on that riding lesson. As if the lady puts garlic in everything. Garlic burps are your life. That's definitely fair, dude. Yeah, we also definitely have increased our garlic consumption in the past 2 years or so. But it's not like a constant thing for me. There's some people that I know that eat so much garlic, they literally like, you know, sweat garlic or something. That's too much garlic for me. You hate this race after darting? Oh yeah? I mean, the horse mechanics aren't the best. Let's say it like that.
Where did the others go?
Home with their tails between their legs. They couldn't stand to be beat. Nicely done, Misseri.
Call me Ezio. I still have some time for that private lesson.
It would be my pleasure, Ezio. Call me Amelia.
That's how it goes, Romagna. Just do it right there and then. With everyone like walking by. Renaissance just was a different time. Or you know, you could come visit Berlin, I guess. Thank you for the lurk, Ave. I said, yes, same, garlic is good, but a normal amount. She literally tells you that she put less garlic in the dish when she cooks for us. You always have to up the amount of garlic you use when you cook because of her. It's like she has a garlic immunity or something. Yeah, I know how that's like. I mean, not like I have one, but definitely some people in my family. Like every time we visit the Czech Republic for like a winter holiday and like skiing and stuff. There's like a dish they like to serve in the country, which is very popular at the time, which is like garlic soup essentially. Which is like an entree of sorts, you know, before the main dish. And some of the garlic soups, I swear, I don't know how many garlic they put in there. It's like abnormal amounts because like the whole flat or like house just smells of garlic. When everyone gets home from eating there, it's like, yikes. Which is why I usually skip that soup, even though I probably, you know, should have some of it so I don't actually, you know, mind the smell quite as much, but holy shit. Like, when the entire house is smelling like that, it's just like, I'm out of here. Yeah, it really is like garlic overload. Okay, let me actually head back to Monteriggioni real quick because I need to pick up some money. Our chest is full. Get laid and pay, Dr. Darling. Indeed. That's the Ezio way.
Come, don't
Come, amici.
Prices I have for you, stimato.
Salute, Claudia.
You here to look at the book? A presto, Ezio.
Let's check our mom. Still sitting there praying. But yeah, she will remain that way in my playthrough because I'm not intending on getting all the feathers in this playthrough. Because only if you do that, she will actually trigger like a cutscene where she's getting back to herself and kind of like thanking Ezio for, you know, not having forgotten about her.
Sure, I have just... There you go, sir. Mention me to your amici. Let my... An excellent choice, signore.
I didn't buy anything. Well, except for the upgrade, I guess.
Perhaps another time. Ciao.
come, friend. I'll be here should you have need of me. my playing not please you?
Stimati clienti! Faster and faster! Stay back, dog!
I was only the fine. Another satisfied client. Ciao!
I believe we have one more side mission here, and then we're basically caught up with everything in For Lee here. And then we can make our way to Venezia.
You make it look easy, Frank.
Subsequent play, Company of Foot is offering an extra 3 quattrini a year on all new enrollments. Down or I shoot!
Let me go! Come, don't be shy. I am at your entire disposal. Stimati clienti.
I'm a flea. I'm nothing. I'm not worth your time.
It is said you often help the common folk. Could I ask you to beat some sense into my rotten, adulterous joke of a husband?
Yeah, you could.
Come, friend. Here the customer is always right. Come here.
Pesce fresco, sempre fresco! You are not allowed up here! Why are you here? Get down!
It's just doing like pantomime or something.
Get down, down. You shouldn't be up here. But you
A great metal work here. Has anyone seen my assistant? He was right here.
Let's get back.
All right. You know what? She's right. I am a pezzo di merda. I go home now. God grant you strength.
Again, neck break. And I guess they're just sorry.
I may be a
Let
bit
none
disorganized,
defend this
but I do
violence.
know my Smith.
Find thy wounds, noble. But I love you, noble lord.
Vabbè.
Notice everyone. Any having information concerning the whereabouts of
Alright, time to make our way to Venice.
Not be up here, Stolto.
It's actually Caterina Sforza's private residence here. It's also where you wake up after you've been like in coma, I guess. Like close to the end of the game. After you get stabbed by one of the Checo brothers.
Ezio, here! Over here! Ezio! Here! Over here!
Thank you, Ezio. You saved my life.
I did what had to be done. You would have done the same.
I doubt it. Bravery is not my strong suit. I owe you a debt, brother.
Di niente. Tutti a bordo! Fra poco si salpa!
That's our traghetto. Venezia waits.
Where's your pass? What pass?
You don't have a pass?
You cannot enter Venezia without a pass. Who invited you? Nobody. Basta! No pass, no entrance! Don't worry, Leonardo. I'll come up with something.
Don't just stand there! I need help!
Tutti a bordo. Help the screaming woman get back to the docks.
Dio del cielo! Aiutatemi!
It's still learning to climb. It's like a weird bug with the perspective of a camera where you can't really climb unless you're like fully centered towards the boat with the camera.
Qualcuno mi aiuti! Non so nuotare!
Makes you wonder how she even got them in the first place.
Madonna.
Oh, you're good. The ladies must like you.
I wasn't looking to impress, only to help someone in distress.
Which is exactly why you impress. And you are Messer...
Caterina Sforza. A countess by marriage, Caterina was notorious far before she ever arrived in Forli. Raised in the court of Milan, she received a classical education while tutored in the art of war by her father, the Duke. At court, Caterina also acquired a passion for alchemy and hunting. In 1473, when she was 10 years old, Caterina became engaged to Girolamo Riario, the Pope's nephew. They consummated their marriage when she was 14. Once in Rome, she was heralded as one of the most outgoing nobles at court, while her husband had a reputation for being one of the most ruthless. With the premature death of the Pope's brother, Girolamo gained even more power, securing the titles of Lord of Imola and Forli. When the Pope died, Luther sacked Rome, destroying Caterina's residence. Unafraid despite being 7 months pregnant, Caterina rode on a horseback to the Castel San Angelo and defended the Vatican with cannon fire and soldiers. In 1484, she moved with her family to Forli, paid off by someone with a grievance against her husband. The Orsi brothers killed Girolamo in 1488. As a result, Caterina became the ruler of Forli and Imola. She wasted no time winning the favor of nearby rulers, revising the tax system, and training the militia herself. Although she advocated peace, when those around her were hurt, she dealt fierce vengeance, frequently killing enemies' wives and children in punishment. While Forlì was under attack by Cesare Borgia, the Pope's son, she sent the Pope a letter that had been rubbed with plague sores. Ultimately, Forlì and Caterina fell to Cesare Borgia in 1499. Caterina was captured and sent to Rodrigo Borgia in Rome, who kept her in prison for a year and is rumored to have raped her alongside his son. When she emerged from the Vatican, her hair had turned white. Exiled to Florence, Caterina died of pneumonia in 1509. It's something they also talk about in Brotherhood. They show her imprisonment, and it's heavily implied that what they write here has been indeed taking place, which makes, you know, the Borgia family and especially Cesare and Rodrigo just
but please.
more disgusting by the minute.
I'm Caterina. Now, Ezio. We must find you suitable reward. Do you have any suggestions?
There is perhaps something you could help me with.
I'm all ears.
Yes, Signora. Whatever you say, Signora.
He won't trouble you anymore. I took care of it.
Thank you, Caterina.
Perhaps we'll see each other again. Should you ever find yourself in the city of Forlì, it would be my pleasure to welcome you.
I look forward to enjoying your hospitality.
Please accept my most humble apologies, Messere. Had I known...
It's quite all right, my friend.
Achievement double alert time. Hello there, Morrow. Welcome in, dude. And how's it going? Thank you so much for the 71 months of resubbing. Jesus. Saluti al mio pio vecchio amico. I probably butchered that, but I did my best. Greetings, my oldest friend. Greetings, Morrow. How's it going, dude? I hope you're having a good weekend so far. Well, I guess late morning. Six years next month. Holy... It can't be. There's no way in hell that has been 6 years. Yeah, I guess it has. But yeah, that's crazy to think. Just how long of a time it actually is.
Be careful, Ezio. Do you know who that was?
My next conquest.
I don't think so, Ezio. That's Caterina Sforza, daughter of the Duca di Milano. Her husband is...
Husband?
Si, her husband is the Lord of Forlì. That woman is as powerful and dangerous as she is young and beautiful.
Sempre come una donna per me.
Leonardo's like, seriously, dude? I want you.
Everything all right?
Better than all right. You're making amazing progress.
Amazing's quite a strong word.
Then why are we stopping?
Prolonged exposure to the Animus can have, side effects.
Awesome.
It's nothing to worry about. You haven't shown any of the symptoms.
Symptoms? What symptoms?
Degradation of cognition, temporal hallucinations, multiple awareness issues, overlapping realities, you know.
So what you're saying is...
What we're saying, Desmond, is if you're not careful, you may not need the Animus to visit with your ancestors, which wouldn't be a bad thing, assuming you could control it. Up until now, though, no one has.
Subject 16.
We have safeguards, Desmond. And they kept him in the Animus for way too long, sometimes days at a time. We're being careful with you.
I hope so.
Anyway, I was hoping we could test out your skill retention. See if you've picked up some of Ezio's abilities.
I'm game.
Great. Meet me downstairs when you're ready.
No, Desmond, you are in a game. You're not game. Also, why is Lucy's like shirt still bloody? Did she never like bother changing or, you know, getting rid of those bloodstains? How's the gem of a game going? You played for the PS4 version earlier this year for the Platinum. Oh, very nice. I'm doing something similar, I guess, with the Ezio collection on the Xbox Series X, which is why I'm playing it on. I initially intended to play the games on PC as usual, but I had so many like weird issues with the games that I just didn't bother anymore, like getting them to work. I was actually initially planning on using the parkour mod that came out for those games on PC. But yeah, like I had so many issues with the controller on Brotherhood and Revelations. I just couldn't get my triggers to work, whatever I tried to do. And with AC2 there were like lots of issues between like OBS and the game capture, so I had to use like display capture to get it to run. So yeah, I ultimately decided, okay, I don't want to hassle with any of those things right now. I just want to actually be able to play the games. So decided to, you know, install the Ezio collection. And yeah, I mean, it's been a good experience. It of course looks quite a bit different, you know, like the color patterns and lighting and stuff, but it doesn't really look bad, I wouldn't say. There's been some definitely bugs that I didn't spot in the original version yet that I feel like are exclusive to the console version. But they've been mostly of a funny nature, so I didn't mind that too much. But yeah, it's always good getting to replay this game, and I definitely had one of the longest breaks, I think, between my last playthrough and this one. Because the last time I played AC2 was before I even started my historical order run. And the whole run I started like about a year ago now, I think. And I played AC2 quite a few months before that too, so... yeah, it's been definitely one of the longer breaks for me between the playthroughs. And that's the verse of a shoutout, dude. Yeah, I think it might have been connected to my hardware changes, because I did upgrade my CPU and RAM and my graphics card right within the last half a year. So maybe that messed with some configuration settings or something, I don't know. But also like deleted my config files and all that, so they will be like recreated. Didn't really help either. But yeah, I'm gonna do some good investigating before my next playthrough of those games, because that one I would definitely like to do on PC again. And be able to use the parkour mod as well. Because that of course adds things like being able to vote over anything at any time. And being able to use swing on like, you know, like wooden poles and the likes. That you couldn't do before. So it really gives it like a next level of control in parkour.
Hey, nice work today. You're a natural.
Thanks. It's definitely getting easier. I gotta say, after all the crap I went through at Abstergo, it's nice to be with the good guys.
Good guys? Let's not get carried away.
What's that supposed to mean?
In case you've forgotten, Rebecca, we're assassins. I can look it up for you if you like. Basically, it means we assassinate people.
Only when we have to.
It's a choice. You're choosing to kill.
I haven't killed anyone.
No, not yet. But what do you think all this is for? Eh? You think Lucy's giving you Ezio's abilities so you can build schools in South America and deliver rice to starving Indonesians? What are you, Desmond, a vegan? You'd be the first vegan assassin in history.
Look, it's not ideal. And taking a life is never easy. But sometimes, there's no other way. Sometimes, Desmond, people have to die for things to change.
She's got a point. But don't fool yourself into thinking you have no say. I mean, isn't that what we're all about here? Safeguarding free will?
Desmond's like, I haven't killed anyone yet. Yeah, but what are you are we training you for? Like, why are you in the Animus, you know, learning Ezio's and Altair's abilities? Haven't thought about that one. It's all about, you know, building schools and delivering rice to starving Indonesians. It's kind of funny how, you know, Sean calls out a bit of a hypocrisy there. And I think it's good, you know, because I don't think, you know, the assassins should be looked upon as like, you know, always the heroes of a story or something, you know, like what they're doing is definitely, you know, something very extreme to take someone's life willingly. And it shouldn't be like sugar-coated whatsoever. But it should definitely be shown, like what Rebecca has been saying, you know, that extreme situations create more extreme situations. Chain of reaction. That's tomorrow. Yeah, I'm really glad that I have that 60 FPS boost, as you can see on the right there. You have to like go into like some of the game card didn't like manually activate it for, so I'm not sure if it's like activated by default if you play on Xbox. But it's quite nice that they added it to the game, because it doesn't feel that different to the PC version, right? Because I would be limiting my FPS to 60 there too. And the good thing is I don't have any issues with like, you know, refresh rates, bugging out missions or physics or something. But yeah, I mean, 30 FPS, you can definitely get used to it, but it does become a bit more jarring when you're like so used to 60 plus FPS. It was so good when I replayed Ghost of Tsushima recently, and I actually got to play it on PC with 60 plus FPS. Because before that I only played it on my PlayStation 4 Pro, and that one is still locked to 30. But it's not like it's bad, you know, like 30 FPS is more than enough if you really, you know, have another way of playing the games in a better frame rate. Which is really something to get used to. Hello there, Vlaka, welcome in. Wonder why we can't get achievements for AC1, 2 and Brotherhood on Steam. Maybe it's hard to make them from scratch in an old engine, or maybe Ubisoft is lazy, you don't know. So with Brotherhood, I mean, they're kinda like achievements more within Ubisoft, right? And you would still have to launch those games through Ubisoft, even if you have them on Steam, I guess. But it's definitely a bit of a shame, you know. It would be cool if you could also like have them in Steam, if you actually bought the game there. I think they recently added Steam achievements for Valhalla, haven't they? Like when they also released the game for Steam finally. So maybe, you know, they could still do that in the future. But I kinda doubt it, honestly. Like, Ubisoft doesn't really seem to care all that much about the older games, unless, you know, they have things like remasters or remakes. Revelations AC3 and Remaster 2. You download AC3 Classic for an entire 2 minutes. Oh yeah? I saw that you could actually play AC3 and Black Flag on the Wii U, apparently. Like, I recently bought one for Levy as like a gift, and like modded it. So, you know, I could technically install Black Flag and AC3 on there and play it like on the gamepad or something. Probably won't look quite as good as like on a Steam Deck or something. That's kind of wild to me that those games released for the Wii U. Makes you wonder how they actually look like on the platform. Yeah, maybe that's it as well, Vlaka, you know, maybe, you know, we just don't know. But I think it's also like that they don't really want to put that many resources into, you know, supporting the older games quite as much. I mean, look at the state that the older AC games are in, right, if you install them by default. Like the other day someone came into chat and they were like saying, yeah, you know, I really wanted to play AC2, but I had like issues with the controller and, you know, it was like difficult to work out, so I didn't really bother playing. And Ubisoft can't expect everyone to like fix their games for them, you know. Just a shame when that actually holds people back from playing and enjoying the games. But yeah, that's just a default thing. Like if you want to use like a modern controller on AC2, then you gotta look up a fix yourself. Instead of Ubisoft just, you know, patching the game and providing it for you. Back when the Wii U had some hope, you actually like a lot of the games from that console. Me too, actually. Yeah, I had to look at quite a few of them. Installed a bunch of them too, and there's been some really good ones on there. It's definitely a shame that, you know, it was like such a flop of a console. I guess some of it definitely boiled down to the marketing, right? Like, when kids asked their parents to get them the new Nintendo console, they were like, it's just a new, you know, Wii. You already have a Wii? Why do you need like a Wii U? Even though it's like a, you know, complete like generational step. When free AC games left with no achievements when everyone got them. On Steam said you have to work to make the controller work well. Yeah. It's definitely a bit of a hassle sometimes. Yeah, I assume so. I mean, the Switch was hugely popular and successful, I reckon. Makes you wonder how the Switch 2 is gonna be, you know, with the price increase and everything, but I think there's gonna be enough people that are willing to pay those prices, so I think Nintendo's not gonna suffer with the release of its console.
What could 16 have found that needs so much secrecy and security?
Oh, I don't know, do I? Lucy thinks it's something about the Codex, but I'm not so sure. I'm all ears if it's as life-changing as 16 says. Blimey, if I was allowed to use the Animus, I'd be the one in there finding out. Instead, as usual, I'm forced to sit here on the sidelines.
What are you up to?
What am I up to? Who are you, my mum? I've been running traces on the Codex pages, looking to see if any of them are still around.
And?
Nothing concrete. Reports of one in the archives of the National Central Library in Florence. Maybe a few in the hands of collectors. Probably Templars. I'd send someone to check it out, but we're very short on manpower.
How do you think the Codex wound up in Italy? I mean, it seems so random.
Dante Alighieri by way of Marco Polo.
Seriously?
Something happened in 1321, yeah? Now, I'm still working on making the connections, but from what I can tell, Polo encountered the assassins while visiting Kubla Khan. This must be when he obtained the Codex. Now, when he returned to Italy, he passed it on to Dante. Dante was close to him, if not an assassin himself. Now, I've no idea what brought the two of them together, but I'll tell you what, I reckon we could find out.
I don't think Lucy wants us messing with the Animus.
Yeah, you're right. We've got enough to deal with. I guess satisfying my curiosity will have to wait.
Well, this makes me rethink my positioning of the Auditore crypt. Because I was looking at a timeline that someone on Reddit also created, you know. And it was put quite early into it, like way earlier than you even could. You know, which is why I already said it like later. But considering, you know, that Sean and Desmond talk about it here, they couldn't have done the Auditore crypt yet, because then they would know more info about it. You know, Desmond would. So really the best starting point for the Auditore crypt would be between like 1481 and 1485 really. At least if you consider what they say in the modern day with like canon.
The Lord of the Duat awaits.
The Lord of the Duat awaits. Okay, then bike. That's a bit dramatic.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make it into a whole big thing.
That's cool. So, how's she treating you?
The translation software is still a bit laggy. You're probably catching the odd bit of Italian. Sorry about that.
No worries. Abstergo's machine wasn't perfect either. And the subtitles? Definitely a big plus. How'd you get mixed up in all this?
Most assassins, Desmond, are like you, yeah? They're born into the Brotherhood. Not me, though.
Here we go.
What? He asked. Anyway, I've always been a big fan of the unexplained. There's something exciting there, you know? A sense that life is more interesting, more mysterious than we've been raised to believe.
So what, you just stumbled across the Assassins?
No. I found the Templars first, actually. Abstergo is a big company. It's too big, which means there were slip-ups, you know, like that mess they're having right now with the fluoride. Only I was tracking this stuff years ago. I must have been, what, 14? 15?
You knew Abstergo was a Templar company?
No, not at first. I just knew they were up to no good, and I figured maybe I could do something about it. So I started digging up everything I could on the company, posting stuff to news groups, trying to spread the word, looking for people who might have stories to tell.
You must have gotten Abstergo's attention.
Well, fortunately, I got Rebecca's first. Otherwise, I'd probably be at the bottom of a river.
You're welcome.
Yeah, she tried to warn me, told me I was messing with the wrong kind of people.
And what did you do?
I thought you were mental.
But now you know better.
Yep, now I know you're just a bit mental.
Long story short, I saved his ass. Multiple times. Should have dropped him and let Abstergo have their way.
Listen to you, trying to be all badass.
So what happened?
I have a gift, Desmond. I have a gift for seeing things, making connections. Like your eagle vision, you know? Only useful.
We offered him a place with us.
Yes, you did, yeah. The alternative? A life on the run from the most powerful organization on the planet. I decided to prolong my life. I'm eccentric like that, so I signed up. I've been doing research and analysis for them ever since. Best part is, I love it.
He could do advertisement for McDonald's. I love it. I'm loving it. But he's quite eccentric, you know, like prolonging his life. Who is he not just giving up to the Templars and deciding to die? But yeah, welcome in, Afro. How's it going? That's not even an insult. We have a discussion before, didn't we? Yeah, so I put it in because it's, to me, it means like go to hell, essentially. In Bayek's way of course, understanding Egyptian mythology. So, yeah, that's what it means to me, and that's why I put it into the insult soundbit. Why does he need subtitles? You're inside Ezio, Desmond. You ain't playing him in third person. Or is he? Is he? Maybe Desmond is living a simulation. Maybe we're living in a simulation. And we're being controlled and there's like subtitles flying around. But we can't see because another dimension. Mind blown.
What's this for?
I'm keeping tabs on the other teams.
Other teams?
The Templars have been hunting down the pieces of Eden using the map they got from you at Abstergo. Luckily, Lucy has provided us with a copy as well, allowing us to pursue them.
And how's that working out?
So far, so good.
If they find even one of those pieces, we're gonna have problems.
Oh, you're picking up on that, are you? That is why we're training you. Once you've acquired the necessary skills, we'll be able to send you into the field.
And what about you? Why aren't you out there?
I'm not out there because my expertise lies in other areas. And to be honest, I prefer it that way. But make no mistake, Desmond. I'm an assassin through and through. I've killed before. I expect to kill again. It's just that I prefer not to.
Underrated Sean dialogue here. Yeah, this whole exchange between Rebecca, Sean and Desmond, you know, that's like peak modern day to me in many ways. And the whole like Desmond saga is. But yeah, you know, it's really a bit of a shame that we don't have those moments anymore, you know, in a long time. It's just like, you know, like they really feel like regular, real people, you know, having like exchanges about life and of course, you know, what it means to be an assassin in modern day and without like sugarcoating anything or having like a weird kind of like, you know, kind of like Hollywood-esque way of like, you know, talking with each other. It doesn't really seem quite genuine. I don't know. AC needs that again, but they never will really return to it, I don't think. Especially now where they kind of like killed off modern day in many ways, you know, like they're now doing attempts to kind of like separate the modern day from the actual games. Having the games solely focus on history and then the modern day being kind of like an online element, you know, the enemies. You still access the games from the enemies, I guess, but the enemies is kind of like a separate thing, I guess. At least that's my impression with Shadows so far from what I've seen. I'm gonna of course see once I actually get to play the game. Once you get to the year that Shadow takes place in. Yeah, I really miss this sometimes. But then I play these games again and I miss it less because, you know, we still have it in this form at least. Which is great, you know, because AC2 and Brotherhood and the whole Desmond saga doesn't go anywhere. And it's still something we can cherish, I guess. Hello there, guest crowd, welcome in. Good to see you.
So what's the plan?
We're gonna see what you've managed to retain. Come on.
What's the plan? The plan is Tahiti and mangoes. At least if the plan went according to Dutch.
Abstergo's out there, looking for us. They're better funded and better equipped, so it's only a matter of time before they find this place. We need to be ready for them when they do. I want you to activate the warehouse's defense system. I'll let you figure out how to reach the sensors.
Oh, come on. Not even a hint?
Open your eyes, Desmond.
Have I played Shadows yet? I haven't yet. I do have the game already installed and everything, but I decided, since I wanted to play it as part of my historical order run, we're gonna wait until we,
Lucy?
damn, actually
I'm seeing things.
knocked Desmond over.
Do the...
I decided to wait until we reach the year that Shadows takes place in, and it's not actually that far away from this either. Like, Shadows takes place about 100 years after AC2. So, yeah, the only games in between Shadows and AC2 are Brotherhood and Revelations, Chronicled China, the side-scrolling game featuring the Chinese assassin Xiao Yun and also Ezio in parts, and a game called Pentiment by Obsidian Entertainment. They're the guys behind some of the Fallout games and the Outer Worlds. So those are the only games in between us and Shadows, so it's definitely a game on the horizon, like coming up in a couple of months, I guess. But yeah, I decided to wait and incorporate that game into my project here.
30 seconds.
No.
Then it's nothing to be worried about. It'll pass.
So, how am I doing?
You've picked up every single one of Ezio's skills. The adoption rate is fantastic. Another day or two and we'll be done.
Still haven't played Mirage. Well, you didn't miss that much, I would say, with not playing Mirage. But at the same time, I think there's a lot you will probably enjoy about Mirage as well, you know, because when it comes to the stealth gameplay, it's actually one really good game in my opinion.
I mean, we could have just gone back to Altair again. Followed him during his early years.
It started with 16.
Ah, good old Subject 16. He repainted my room, you know. With his blood.
I'd been going through his files. Vidic flagged a couple of his Animus sessions. A bunch of different ancestors, different dates and locations. Ancient Africa, the Middle East. But towards the end, he became obsessed with Italy. I think he knew about the vault. A few of the records of his later Animus sessions are missing. And the sessions that are there... After everything the Templars put him through, after everything I put him through, it's all scrambled. If we hadn't pushed 16 so hard, we'd have the answers already. And maybe he'd still be alive.
Yeah, if you didn't push him, Lucy. And betray him, I guess. But it's really a shame, you know, I'm still convinced, and it's very likely, yeah, of course, with the whole backstory with Lucy's actress, that, you know, they never planned on Lucy, you know, being this big traitor in the story. At least, you know, with AC2. Of course, when Brotherhood came around, it was clear that's where they're gonna end up going, but in AC2 and AC1, I really don't feel like the betrayal on that level was the logical next step in that narrative. They just released a roadmap for the series. Or did they? Like, just now as in, like, today? You've owned it for a while now, just haven't played it. That's definitely fair. Yeah, I would definitely say no rush on that game. I mean, it's, you know, pretty alright. Like, if you're looking for some, you know, more classic feeling AC again when it comes to the gameplay, then I'll definitely say check it out. It was definitely cool to have like a city again, you know, that was really like more dense feeling and really urban with like lots of crowds and you know, some good stealth opportunities and like lots of layers. And most importantly, a really good map to parkour around in. Like the way Baghdad is built is really nice for parkour. If only they had like the AC2, you know, generation parkour system in it. Because of course, like, still roughly based on Valhalla's parkour system and that generation. With improvements, to be fair, but still based on that. With his blood. Yeah, poor Clay.
So you're after the Codex and the Vault?
I knew you had an ancestor in Italy who was at the center of all of this.
It did feel kind of like a retcon. Yeah. It definitely does. I mean, they leave it open enough that you can wonder and theorize, I guess, but with what we know of the backstory and that occurring during Brotherhood's, you know, kind of like development process, you know. It seems very likely that it's of course a decision they made out of necessity. Kind of like write the character out of the games. Because, you know, how do you write a character like Lucy who's so essential to the modern day up until this point out of the games? By making her die, of course, but how do you make her die? It doesn't feel pointless, I guess, you know. Because a random Templar just gets to kill her, then wouldn't feel quite as meaningful, maybe. Who knows, maybe they also turned Lucy into a traitor because of what happened with the actress. You know? Kind of like attained the reputation of a character or something. Who knows? Sure, Geskra. I think you should not get timed out. And if so, I can just, you know, live it again. But I think you should be fine posting a link. Ah, right. Yeah, I did see this post. That's like from one of the insiders, Tom Henderson, who's pretty consistent on like Ubisoft leaks. Right, and he does talk about the current like Ubisoft IPs in the works and ideas they're kind of like having for the future. So it's not like an official roadmap, I guess, by Ubisoft, but you know, it's based on insider information, so we can assume that it's still prone to change. A lot of what's in there, but you know, still be pretty accurate description on, you know, the projects right now. But yeah, Tom Henderson has a pretty good track record when it comes to AC leaks.
Alright, I think we're done for the day. You should get some rest.
Lucy, what happened to 16 wasn't your fault.
Knock,
You were just as much a prisoner as I was.
Thanks. Good night, Desmond. I'm glad you're here.
I'm sure you are. Hello Varseni, welcome in, dude. The roadmap is very bumpy with lots of potholes. I was about to read plot holes. Because that would also be quite accurate of the current Ubisoft roadmaps, isn't it? How's it going, dude? I hope the rest of Red Dead Redemption 1 went well today. How far with the game did you get today? That's the best of Nolan North's voice acting right there. Most likely many plot holes too. Both of it. They're potholes filled with plot holes. Uncharted. The only thing missing is him saying, "That's gonna hurt in the morning." But then he would also have taken some bullet hits, you know.
What is this? Where am I? It's Acre. Altair. How the hell? Not even in the Animus. I must have passed out. Just having some kind of weird dream. Going without sleep for who knows how long. Guess I shouldn't be surprised.
This is what AC1 Remaster would look like, I guess. Considering this is like an AC1 memory within the Ezio collection. Roger reunited John with Abigail, Jack and Uncle before ending the stream. You were able to hear some dialogue you hadn't before. Of course, the marker for Jack's location in the first mission you do. When they return means you can explore around the marker. So you're able to get dialogue from Uncle and Abigail based on the fact you hadn't seen Jack yet. Oh, that's really cool. So something you didn't know before that you could get and unlock. I just love that, you know, when you have played the game so many times and that's like still some, you know, dialogues that you've never heard before that you get to trigger. And I mean, like a low honor, you know, run is a good opportunity to get, you know, some dialogue you probably have never heard before altogether. But that's really good progress, dude, you know, so definitely getting closer to the end there. You ran into them to knock them over. In true low honor John style. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad you had a good stream in time with Red Dead 1. Meanwhile, we finished every kind of like side mission in Forlì so far, or at least the ones that were on the timeline up until this point. And yeah, just about to get to Venezia after this modern day segment here. Well, modern day into Atelier memory segment. The timeline is a bit wide right now. We went from like 1481 to 2012 to like 1191, 92 or something.
That must be his target.
Good job, Maria. The climbing master. And that's the verse of the shout-out rod whatsoever. Listen to some awesome insights from John towards several NPCs. I have to go ahead and record some insights in Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 once I get to play them as part of Historical Order Run. Definitely gonna award me plenty of opportunities, that's for sure. The canon is that this is just Nolan North whispering into the mic. Imagine. That would be so freaking funny. I would love to hear that recording. Maybe it's Nolan North and Roger Craig Smith on either side of a mic whispering together.
It's the woman from Acre. What's her name? Maria, yeah. I wonder what he wants with her. Whoa, alright, wasn't expecting that.
One of them was, seems a good lord mixed up your face with your ass. That's funny. There's like a similar insult, I think, that I have recorded for Arthur in my insult sound bit. Like, did someone swap your head for your ass at birth or something like that? It's just them insulting one another played backwards. That's my headcanon now as well. Very symbolic for the camera to zoom in on Maria's womb. Very much, yeah. The way she's just lying there. Wish I could move back and trigger some dialogue, but alas, we can't. One last look at Aka. It's gonna be the last one we're gonna have.
Wait a second. Why aren't I following Altai here? I'm stuck here with Maria? Oh shit. That must be... This is one weird dream.
Sorry to barge in on you like this, but it's getting late and we were... Hey, you okay?
Yeah, all good. Weird dreams, that's all.
Alright. I'll let you get ready. See you in a few.
I like the detail of Ezio also looking at his hand.
Ah, good of you to join us.
Sorry, long night.
What a professional approach.
Leave him alone.
Well, you'll forgive me if I want to get some actual work done. Madness, isn't it?
Sean, please, that's enough.
All right.
Sean, please. That's enough. I like that detail, you know, because it happens another time when Ezio is being initiated into the Brotherhood and he receives the marking on his ring finger instead of, you know, losing his ring finger. And I mean, Desmond just was reliving the memories of Ezio the whole time, and he still has his ring finger. But now played, or, you know, relived Altair's memory who didn't. I'm not sure if that was like what they, you know, wanted to indicate here, but I feel like it would be a weird feeling, you know, going from like one person who still has all of their limbs to another who doesn't. You know, it'd be like a weird kind of like feeling getting back to yourself and being like, oh, I still have my finger, you know? Madness, isn't it? One of your favorite Sean quotes. Yeah, Sean and his snarky remarks. You gotta love it. And you especially gotta love the actor for Sean. Hello Versomp, welcome in, dude. It's going very good, thank you for asking. We're making good progress with our AC2 playthrough and our historical focus, which is about to start the first Venice sequence. How's your day going? Also over ACDC, welcome in, dude. Long time no see, how have you been? Hope everything is going well. And yeah, it's going very good. Thank you for asking. You know, still doing the whole streaming thing. We're doing like a bit of a historical order run is what I call it, where we play a bunch of historical games in the order of the years they take place in. And yeah, we started all the way back with the evolution 10 million years ago. And yeah, now made it to the end of the 15th century, so we're definitely getting there. But yeah, it's a pretty long project. We've been at it for about a year now at this point. Okay, I don't think I can talk to anyone here before heading back to the Animus. Maybe Lucy.
Hey.
Hi.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
You sure?
We lost 2 more teams last night. That's 8 more of us, just... gone.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what to do anymore. It just keeps getting worse and worse.
Hey, remember what you told me? You gotta have faith. And look, here we are, safe and sound.
For how long? And when they find us, then what?
When that happens, if that happens, we'll deal with it. I'll keep you safe.
Anyway, enough with my little breakdown. I should get back to work. And so should you. Really, I'm fine, I promise. Sorry, Desmond, I've got to file these reports. We'll talk more later. Really, I'm fine, I promise.
We always saw the ultra-wide TV in the upper bit of the apartment. So these, for instance, over here. Wish I could go into first person mode, but you can't with Desmond. I love the apartment in general, like how it's created and designed, and it has a, you know, very much like a contemporary look of a time, but also, you know, kind of like a bit futuristic at the same time. For how everything is designed, but yeah, I always love the modern day designs of these games. Across the bed against the wall. Oh, you mean this one here? I mean, that's a beast right there. I definitely don't mind watching some movies on this one. You know, sitting here. Well, the couch doesn't look the most comfy, to be fair. But yeah, the TV. Pretty epic. And what's down there? Are those supposed to be like subwoofers? If they are, imagine like the sound. We definitely blast something here. Yeah, 21:09 displays before very cool. That's why it's in the future, right? 2012? They were thinking ahead. Serenissima Repubblica di Venezia. Big found Desmond because he was watching Breaking Bad too loud. I mean, with that TV and that setup, who can blame him? I would also be watching Breaking Bad way too loud.
However, merchants acting privately may do so with no fear of reprisal.
Zombie fine, you beat Arkham Shadow for your 6th time the other day. Managed to do so without lowering the difficulty from extreme, which was pretty crazy, especially with the hardest boss. When that difficulty can two-shit ya, but eventually you manage it. GG, Zomb. Yeah, that's, you know, pretty impressive, getting past the difficulty, especially with bosses, you know, that are so unforgiving that they can just like 1 or 2-shot you. If you know that feeling, you know, with some harder difficulties, like with Ghost of Tsushima, you know, when you can just be one-shotted sometimes, and like a boss fight. Or I remember in the Curse of Ephesus DLC for AC Origins on the hardest difficulty, there was like one pharaoh who could also like 1 to 2-shot you on that difficulty.
And will be executed publicly in the Piazza San Marco at first light 2 days hence. No.
Messer Da Vinci!
Yes?
Buongiorno e ben arrivato. I'm Elvise. Senor Donna has asked that I escort you to the workshop. Are you ready?
Benvenuto. Take a quick tour of Venice with Alvise.
Ah, Venezia. What other place is as beautiful, as stable, as perfect? Come, I will show you her wonders.
Alvise di Villandino. A Venetian native, Alvise worked as a baggage handler for several years until, convinced of Venice's superiority, he enlisted in the navy. In 1500 he was tasked with defending the fortress of Modon from the Turks. After a heavy night of drinking, Alvise woke to Turkish cannon fire bombarding the town. Panicking while running across the deck, he tripped, hit his head, and drowned. When it became clear Venice had lost the battle, he was accused of negligence by the ship's captain and erased from the logs of the navy. That's unfortunate.
Our first stop, the Rialto Bridge. Behold the elegance with which she spans the Grand Canal, a symbol of Venetian unity and pride.
San Giacomo di Rialto. Originally founded in 421, San Giacomo is believed to be the oldest church in Venice, although the current building was constructed around 1071. The 15th century facade is crowned with a magnificent 24-hour celestial clock, and during the Renaissance, the church was typically used by the merchants in the nearby market as a place to stop and pray during the workday. At least, that's what they told their wives.
Let us continue. Here we are, San Giacomo di Rialto, oldest church in Venezia. Isn't she beautiful? And her clock tower, magnifico. Come, come, there's more to see.
Just funny how much this dude is like rushing through the process.
No other city can match the size of Venezia's markets, be it spices or silk, from near and far. There is...
You were told to stay home, but the rent is paid. I have every right to sell here. Emilio disagrees. No, no, stop, stop!
Let us continue the tour elsewhere.
Looks like Venice has no problems whatsoever.
Look, isn't it amazing? Would you mind buying it for me? I left my money with my bags.
Hey, mind your step, Corleone.
She did mind her step. A bit too much, maybe.
I'm sure I
Here we have the Palazzo della Seta, home to Emilio Barbarigo. Normally I'd suggest a closer look, but with the way things are now...
Why? What's happened?
He is attempting to unify the merchants beneath a single banner. There's been resistance, some of it violent.
What kind of resistance?
They say they're fighting for the people, for freedom or some such nonsense. Baggianate, if you ask me.
They destroyed my stand. I demand compensation.
Here you are, then.
The Doge will know about this. I'll report you to the council.
Good luck with that, my friend.
What are you doing?
You're under arrest for disrupting commerce.
What? You just invented that. There's no such law.
There is now.
No! Stop!
And now, I present to you your workshop, Ser Da Vinci. We spared no expense in its design. You'll see, it is perfect, as if you never left Firenze. I wish you great success, and hope you enjoy Venezia, as much as she enjoys having you.
So, here we are. Exciting, isn't it? Care to come in?
Maybe later. I need to visit the Palazzo della Seta. Try and gain an audience with Emilio.
As you wish. But should you find yourself with free time, or another codex page, don't hesitate to visit. My door is always open.
Grazie, my friend.
Di nulla.
Can't miss a quick time event. If you do, then you have to restart the game pretty much. Unwritten rule.
Emilio Barbarigo, titan of Venetian industry, terror of the underworld. Aided by his powerful family, he cornered the market through smart business practices such as edging out the competition and lobbying the government. He funded the Venetian police force almost single-handedly, keeping the streets safe from crime and his finances tax-free. Emilio claims to be a supporter of the Republic. The problem is, once you own the police force, voting becomes, well, inefficient. As does, you know, opposition.
I mean, yeah, opposition is very inefficient, as everyone knows. Very inefficient indeed.
I found this awesome place for you to explore and practice your skills. Santa Maria dei Frari. I've marked it on your map.
Santa Maria Gloriosa dei Frari. Built by Franciscan monks, Santa Maria Gloriosa dei Frari, the Frari for short, is the second largest church in Venice. Following the guidelines of Saint Francis, who advocated poverty, the church has very basic exterior decoration. It is rumored that in the 15th century, the Frari housed a hidden tomb, which has since collapsed. Oh, we're gonna check it out because that's actually the next mission on my list. The Templar Lair.
The price of perfection is not measured. It is the appointed one. This hanger of three.
Whoops.
There he is!
Over beams under storm. Explore Santa Maria Gloriosa dei Frari and find the Templar treasure hidden within.
Bene. Now I have a way back up in case I fall.
I have to say, in the remaster I find finding some of the handholds a bit more difficult in the tombs. Because they changed the textures of the walls and how they look like, so it's like less of a contrast sometimes, I think, than they initially were with the old textures of the walls. Something I also noticed in another tomb a bit. At one point they replaced the texture entirely and you couldn't even see where you were supposed to climb.
remember to visit Bertuccio's Cucina for all your blacksmithing, weapons, armor, locksmithing, and tableware. Peasants are not allowed up here. Get down, or I'll roast them.
Or die! Get down, Strozzo!
Laggiù!
Oh, I guess you really can't climb this tower without the ability, can you? Unless again it's like a texture situation where I just can't see where I'm supposed to climb. But yeah, let's go ahead and get over here.
You are not allowed up here! Eccolo! There! There! Down! Ora! Get down! Now!
How best to get inside? Scale the wall and... Oh, that's not good. I'll never make that jump. Need to find another way. I remember you.
We need to go.
You never did apologize for knocking me over.
Now!
Va bene, where to?
The water.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
That's gonna leave a mark. Help Rosa get to the river.
Get here! Come any closer and I'll cut you to pieces.
Nothing personal,
Damn archers! I'd be better off on my own. I'd be better off on my own.
Ora!
Fear not. I'll make sure each of you dies quickly. Damn archers! What are you doing? Hurry up!
Now!
Maxi, welcome in, dude. And how's it going? How was the rest of Shadows today? Hope it went well.
There! After him! Hurry!
Damn archers!
My God! Someone get the guard!
Damn
There's a
archers!
killer loose!
Dude, thank you also so much for the 52 months of subscribing. Thank you so much, Maxi. And yeah, it's going pretty good. We just arrived in Venice. Helping Rosa trying to survive here.
Goddamn archers!
So, how far are you with Shadows at this point? Like, do you have much left of the main story? It's of course your first playthrough, I guess, so it's difficult to say, but would you say you're close to finishing? Yeah, that's the verse of a shout out either, dude.
Beast on my leg!
Probably 70% done of the main story. That's really good progress for.
Onorato, Rosa. I'm Ezio.
No,
What do you mean I know?
non ora. Now is not the time for small talk. Are you blind?
But I hope you're still enjoying the game. Because you spent a good amount of time now on it, haven't you? I feel like you started that playthrough quite some weeks ago. So it definitely seems to have a good amount of content. Assassino.
Ugo!
What's this?
Rosa's been wounded.
Us are here. We'll go the rest of the way in the boat.
Careful. Go! I'll deal with the guards.
That's nice, dude. I'm glad you're still enjoying it, because it gives me like a bit more confidence. But I might also have a good time with it once I get to play it. I'm probably also gonna spend quite a few weeks on that game.
Keep going, Ezio! Clear the way for us!
I want no part of this!
2 months, you think it has been going on? Yeah, the release was like, when was it? Like 20th of March or something? Was it? With all the delays and stuff, I kind of forgot.
They're all over the rooftops! Do something! Stay quickly!
Ora! Here! On him!
Don't lose him! Rana! Stop them!
There he is!
Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Carrying on like a
Get you all back, Lolo! Get in!
is not on my watch.
They're shooting at us!
Probably not going to be my top 5 or 3. I have a feeling so too. Yeah, I feel like AC Origins and AC2 won't be beaten so easily for me anytime soon.
Damn! I've got to get out of here!
So would you put it in the top 3?
For all the gods' flock.
You traded just under Syndicate, to be honest, and above Odyssey. I was about to say that bad because of Syndicate, and I knew you didn't like it that much when you initially played it. But then of course you've done your playthrough recently and you enjoyed it a lot more that time around. So I guess that's alright then, you know, to put it under Syndicate. At this stage at least. But I mean, if it's above Odyssey and Valhalla, you know, that's already worth quite a lot. And seems like they took some lessons from those games, considering, you know, kind of like follows the RPG, you know,
He's dead, idiota!
focus.
Say a prayer later!
Porco
I
demonio!
need to see... I need to see Antonio! Ah!
Be careful! Let me do it. Go and find Antonio.
Ugo, do what he says!
Quell'ultimo arrivato dagli ordini!
Hey, hey! Wake up! We need help!
Where's Antonio? Make yourselves useful. Clear a space for her. Put her down there.
Where are we?
Home. They've sent for help.
Thank you.
Rosa, what's happened?
Just get this out of me.
Soon. Let's have a look first. Clean entry and exit through the thigh. That's good.
Get it out!
Rosa, we must take care not...
Now!
Come vuoi. Tenetela. I'm sorry, piccola.
Sorry! Ficcatelo nel culo, you're sorry!
Go fetch Bianca and be quick. Help me with this.
How?
Take a clean piece of linen. When I remove my hand, press the cloth into her wound. Are you ready? Now! Benvenuto, you work well under pressure. She's spirited, this one.
Porca puttana!
Avanti! Get Rosa inside so that Bianca can close the wound. You'll be all right. The worst is past.
Ti venissi il cancero, brutto bastardo! A te e a che la grandissima troia di tua madre!
Thank you. Rosa is most dear to me. If I had lost her...
I've always had a soft spot for women in distress.
So I've heard. Don't look so surprised. We know all about you, Ser Ezio. Your work in Florence and the rest of Tuscany. Good work, too. If a little unrefined.
Then you know why I'm in Venezia.
I can guess. When you have a minute, come see me in my office. There's something we should discuss.
Ah dear, it just always cracks me up the way Rosa's just insulting Antonio. And his mom. It's also very funny when Caterina Sforza's like going on a rant and just insulting everyone and everything. Especially when it's done in Italian, it's even more funny to me. Maxi, so you would say Black Flag, Revelations, Origins, AC2, AC3, Unity, Brotherhood, Syndicate, and then Shadows. I mean, that's decent, I would say, you know, as like a rating for Shadows, so like more of a middle field then. But yeah, I don't blame you for putting Black Flag, Revelations, and Origins so high on your list. Because those games are amazing. I especially love, you know, the stories and the characters in those games. But yeah, so this is gonna be everything I will be doing today though for this stream. We didn't quite get to finish the year 1481. There's still a few more missions in there, but then Requiescat in pace. But then a lot of the sequence takes place over many different years actually. So it takes place from 1481 to 1485. And in comparison to the other sequences, there's definitely less side quests involved in this sequence that we're gonna be doing. So yeah, we're actually gonna be traversing probably about 5 years in the next stream alone of this game. So gonna make quite a time jump here in Venice. It's definitely crazy. This sequence alone is like pretty much the amount of years that Ezio has taken from the start of the game up until this point. So like 6 sequences worth of years will be put into like one sequence pretty much when it comes to the years passing. Indeed, Maxi. Yeah, it's just really funny. Can never get enough of it. Also, hey there, Kasu, welcome in. How's it going? But darling, no. Well, thankfully there's many people streaming today, so I'm sure we can find someone to raid or watch still.
I will not die.
Dude, I just killed one of his couriers and I still have like a lot of notoriety for some reason. Doesn't make sense. Maybe because it's like I was like fully notorious, right? And once you reach full notoriety, you're gonna have to lose it entirely. Like even with 75% down, you will still be considered like fully notorious, I think, at the point. So I think that's what was happening. I just didn't see it because I don't have my health bar enabled right now. No worries, Maxi. Thank you so much for being here and for joining. And thank you also again so much for the raid earlier. I would do the same. I'm also gonna have to do some shopping still, because on Sundays our supermarkets close here, so still have to grab a few things for pizza night tomorrow that we're gonna be doing. But yeah, thank you again for being here. I hope the shopping goes well, and definitely catch you next time. Me doing just fine, thank you. Assassino. Assassino indeed. Glad to hear, Castle, that you're doing good.
You here to look at the book? Assassins!
Assassins. Pizza time, indeed. Gonna make some pizza Hawaii for Levi tomorrow. Not sure yet what kind of pizza I'm gonna be getting.
A presto, Ezio.
Damn, we're truly rich now. Crack for 100k. Don't even know what to spend it on. Wonder how much of a meta set is currently unlocked. Oh yeah, we could buy the entire meta set.
That should do, I hope. And please, come back often.
Nice. Let's also buy a new sword, maybe? Let's get the Milanese sword. And the Chenot Kinkieda.
Pleasure, signore. Return anytime.
Let my... An excellent choice, signore.
Alright, that should do it for now. But yeah, this is gonna be what we're gonna call it for today. So let's go ahead and quit. And let's find someone who's still streaming who we could maybe raid today. Alright, so we're gonna go and raid out tomorrow today. I didn't get to raid him actually in maybe months or years even. But yeah, he picked up streaming again and he's back at it a couple of times in a month. And right now he's playing some Resident Evil. He's doing the Biorand original trilogy. So right now he's playing Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. And it's also his affiliate anniversary, so we can head over there and also congratulate him on that. You too, Zomb. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, thank you so much everyone who's been here today and for joining us for more of AC2. We're gonna carry on with this in the next week. And yeah, then we're gonna move further through Sequence 7 and the Repubblica Serenissima di Venezia. And yeah, until then, I hope everyone is having a good rest of the day and weekend. Hope you enjoy. And I catch you all next time.